Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I have another video for you. I hope you enjoy it, but before we get to that video, I just want to say if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda. This is my Oliver, and we are so glad you are here today. And if you're returning, well, you know we love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, DIY number one. So for this DIY, I took this wood cow head I got from Amazon. I'm making some lines down the middle of it. Then I'm going to paint the middle and some little wood tags from Amazon with my Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster, and then the rest of the cow with that ink color by Waverly. Once it was all dry, I'm going to take, well, I used my Cricut to create, I got off of the Cricut Design Space some of these decals. I printed them out or cut them out, and I'm adding them onto the tags, and I'm making them two-sided. So basically we have like winter and Valentine's Day, hello spring and Easter, hello summer, 4th of July, hello, or it says happy fall y'all, and Merry Christmas. So I'm just kind of putting them on each side that coordinates or is in rows. So like winter and then Valentine's Day, spring, Easter, that kind of thing. You could put any kind of tag if you want to recreate this. You could just do welcome. I just thought this would be fun to change out for this season. So those little tags come with little holes, but they're really small. So I wanted to make them bigger. Then I took this ribbon. I love both of these ribbons, come from Hobby Lobby, and I don't know why, but for some reason I was just really into this bandana look this week. So I'm making my bows, doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching them up in the middle, and then I am going to connect the two with some twine. And I'm just going to wrap it around and tie a knot in the back and then trim off the excess. And then after I do that, I will dovetail the ends, which to dovetail, you're just going to fold the ends together and then cut at an angle. And I dovetailed all 4 of the tails that were on that bow. Then I made a couple of holes. Now I should have made this a little more to the middle. After I made that first one, I'm like, what was I thinking? That was too far over to the right, but that's okay. We're able to make it work. And then I made 2 more holes, one on each side for the hanger. So my idea is to use a zip tie and to connect my florals and my bow with that zip tie. And the reason why I'm doing this is because that way, this is going to be a door hanger. It could be changed out for any season. So if you wanted to make this more Christmassy, you could put more Christmassy bows on there and more Christmassy greenery. If you wanted to make it more spring, you could do more spring bows and stuff. If you don't want to do this at all, you could just connect it and make it good and just not change it out at all. But I just thought it would be fun to make this to where you could just cut that zip tie off and add a new bow, add new greenery, and zip tie it again. So that's why I did so many holes in the top of my cow head there. And if you're not familiar with what I used a big mouth crocodile. I do have that in my Amazon store. The link is in the description box. I also have the smaller one too. So then I also made a hole in the ear, and then I'm just going to use some twine. You could use like floral wire. You could even use a zip tie if you wanted. I just decided to use twine. I'm going to run it through the hole of my little tag, and I'm just going to tie a knot. That way I can just change out the twine, just cut it off and, change it for the next season. And so once I trimmed that off, that was all there was. It's super easy. I love this. I just added a hanger, just some jute twine in those side holes. And there it is. I love it. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Hi guys, I am just so excited you are here today with me. I appreciate you guys so very much, and it just blesses my heart to know that you guys return to watch my videos, that you enjoy my videos. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate you so very much. And I also, if you're new here, I want to say thank you for coming, for stopping by today. And I really hope you're enjoying today's video. And if you like home decor on a budget, then I would love it if you would hit that red subscribe button, become part of our YouTube family. Let me know in the comment box you're here so I can get to know you as well. And yeah, just again, thank you all so very much. And let's get on with the video. Okay, DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I'm going to take some of those wood letters. I think they're 4-inch from Amazon. That little cow head is from Amazon. And then that 10-inch chunky slack from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint them all with my Waverly chalk paint and the color ink. Then I took one of these 8x10 canvases that are covered in burlap from Dollar Tree. And I cut some of this fabric. Now, I can't remember if I got this fabric from Walmart or Hobby Lobby. I'm pretty sure it was Walmart. But I cut it down to fit the inside part of my frame. I did use some pinking shears for the ends. And then I'm just going to use my hot glue to glue it all on top of my canvas. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then I took these letters and I'm going to use hot glue to add them. Now, I have some wood letters from Hobby Lobby. I think they're 3 inches. And I was going to use those, but this cow head was a little too big for it and it looked kind of funny. So I had to use these letters. Now, these are cursive letters, so that might be why they look a little funny, but the other ones just look too small against that cow head. So I'm just going to glue them all together. And of course, I hope you can tell that it says home. And then I took some more of that fabric and I'm just going to tie a knot in it. And then I'm going to trim it down, and I do use my pinking shears on the end. It gives a little more detail, plus it also helps it from raveling or unraveling. And I'm just going to glue this on the top of the head of the cow. It's, you know, got this cute little bandana. I'm sure it's a female cow because I'm adding that there. But anyways, I just thought it was cute. And like I said, for some reason, this bandana look was speaking to me this week. Then I just took my paint marker and I'm just going to draw stitch lines all the way across all of my letters just to kind of give it just another bit of dimension. I think I have dementia. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to glue the bottom of my canvas. Oh no, sorry. I forgot about this part. I took some more of that fabric and it was cut with my pinking shears as well. And I'm just going to glue it to the front of my wood piece here. And after that was done, then I'm going to use, and I just used hot glue to attach the two. No, oh my goodness, I'm getting ahead of myself. I made a 3-loop finger bow and I just did that slowly. I wrapped my fingers 3 times. I'm going to take that end. I'm going to go between my fingers, come up around the loops there, and then bring it back through that loop that I just made and pull tightly. And I just trimmed off the edges. I glued that in front. Now I'm going to use hot glue to glue that frame to the base there. If you wanted to use a more permanent glue, I would suggest that. And then kept wanting to tilt forward a little bit. So I decided to just add a little bit of weight by adding some tumbling tower blocks to the back. And I just glued on 4 of those. And that way it wasn't as wobbly. Do you see how it just wants to lean forward there when I touch it? This helped. It might have helped better if I just attached it to the base itself. But I didn't want to paint them. But anyways, there it is. I love it. I think it's very cute. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreations. And we have these cute things that Connie made reflecting a book that she has. And then Terry made these adorable sunflower DIYs. I'm getting excited to do some sunflower DIYs soon. And then Jamie, oh, I love all of these, especially your little fireworks. Those are so cute. If you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Thank you, ladies, for sharing your pictures with us. Okay, DIY number 3. So I'm going to take two of these signs from Dollar Tree and I'm going to connect them. I'm going to use these are tops of 5-gallon paint sticks that I had from cutting them down. So I'm going to use my wood glue and my hot glue and I'm going to glue them all together. Now, if you wanted to be like Kathy Joe and just use tape, you can do that as well. I just like doing this. It uses up some of my wood and I don't know. I just would rather do this. So that's why I do it. But any method that you have that works for you, you do you, okay? So after I got that all done, I am going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I'm going to take this is a brand new stencil from Chalk Couture. And I thought was really fun. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Howdy, I don't remember if it's Howdy Y'all or something. But anyways, if you check out the link in my description box, you can find it under What's New. It just came out and I am fuzzing it since this is the first time I'm using it. I'm doing half of it at a time. It just kind of makes it a little easier when it's that big. And the reason why we fuzz it, if you're not familiar with Chalk Couture, it is a self-adhesive silk screen transfer or stencil. And we fuzz it the first time we use it so that it's not so sticky and it doesn't pull off any paint or chalk paste. So I have several different colors of chalk paste that I'm going over. I'm going to do each stain with a different color and then I'm going to bring up my transfer between each one. That way the paste does not dry on the silk screen part, because if it dries on the silk screen part and when you go pull up your transfer, it pulls up your chalk paste and it doesn't look very good. So that's why I'm pulling up and then I just lightly bring it down and then I just continue on. Now, like I said, I am a designer for Chalk Couture, so I do have my own page. The link is in my description box. If you have any questions about it or would like to check it out, you can always email me and I'd be happy to give you some, answers to your questions. But the link, you should be able to find out a lot of information on my page there about Chalk Couture. I always like to recommend the Couture Club. It's a monthly subscription, $21.99 a month. You get a exclusive transfer with some matching chalk paste singles and a surface if it comes with one that month. And you do have to sign up for at least 3 months before you can cancel, but it's a great way to get started and to see if you enjoy it. But if you have questions, make sure you email me. My email address is in my description box as well. I always show that on here too. But I love it. I just love the way it works, and to me it's pretty easy. So I took some of this ribbon. I believe this came from Hobby Lobby. I cut the edges with my pinking shears and I'm just going to glue it to the bottom part of my sign. I do the same thing on the top here. You'll see that in a minute. But once it's all glued down, I did do the same thing with some more of that fabric. I just cut it down and cut it with some pinking shears to make the edges look a little more decorative and keep it from fraying. And then I'm just going to use my hot glue here to glue that in place too. When I saw this was the first thing that I actually made. And after I add the chalk paste and the stain, I just kept seeing denim and the bandana look. So that's kind of what set this whole tone, because I loved it so much. So anyways, and I felt like it was a little more country than farmhouse. And I don't normally do country or Western, but I just thought this was fun and something different. So I took some sisal rope here. This I got from Hobby Lobby, and I just kind of wrapped it around my hand. And then to make a circle, I was trying to make it look a little bit like a lasso or a cowboy's rope. And then I just put some zip tie around it, and I'm just going to glue that to the front there. And then I wanted to cover up that zip tie, so I made I think it was a 3-loop finger bow, and I'm going to glue that on top. Sorry guys. And then I am adding just some jute string here for a hanger, but I'm bringing it from the back to the front, and then I'm going to tie knots on it. I thought that kind of gave it a little more of a Western country look. And that's all there is for this one. I think this came out so cute. I love how it has all those fun sayings on it. And yeah, look how cute that is. You have to let me know what you think about this one in the comment box below. Okay, DIY number 4. So this DIY, I had this napkin that Kathy Joe sent me, and I tried to fit it on all kinds of things. So the only thing I found that I could get it to fit on was 9 1-gallon paint stir sticks. So I'm just marking where that napkin is, and then I'm going to tape them all together, and I took it outside to my miter saw and just cut the top parts of them. And I'm playing with my tape here. Oh my goodness. And then after that was all done, I laid them back together, making sure the edges were all together and straight. And then I'm going to use, again, some giant craft sticks from Walmart and some wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue those all together. Then I'm going to paint the whole thing with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Maize. Once it was all dry, I'm going to cover the front. Now, I was just going to cover the edges with my Mod Podge, and then I poured it all right there and went, oh man, what am I doing? And so then I thought, you know what, I might as well just go over the whole thing. So I do go over the whole front of it with my Mod Podge, and then I'm going to set it aside and let it dry. And while it was drying, I took some small scissors, and I'm just going to cut out the middle part of this napkin. I loved the outside edges of this. Again, it's that bandana look that was speaking to me. And I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to use the cowboy boots, so I decided just cut the whole middle part out and just use the edge of this napkin. So after that, I took, of course, removed the back ply that's on this napkin, and it looked like there was only one ply to it. So I'm just going to pull that off, and then I'm going to lay it on top of my paint stir sticks. And I tried to make sure it was even. I didn't notice the corner was bent there. I do fix that in a minute. But unfortunately, there was a little wrinkle in it. Somehow it wasn't completely straight. I thought I had it all straight, but that's okay. We can work with it, right? So there I fixed my little corner there, and then I'm using my parchment paper to protect the napkin, and then the heat press reactivates that Mod Podge so that the napkin sticks. Then once I was done, I went over it again with some more Mod Podge to help protect that napkin. Then after that, I took some of these little wood letters from Hobby Lobby, and I think these are 1 inch maybe. And I'm just using Waverly chalk paint in the color Ocean, and I put them on some painter's tape to hold them down, and then I'm just going to paint all around them. Once they were all dry, I took my Tight Bond Quick and Thick multi-purpose glue, and I'm just going to go all around the back of my letters with that glue. And this stuff works really quickly, you guys. By the time I'm done putting glue on all of them, they're stuck. Everything's stuck. So I love doing that. And I have learned too that if I use a different kind of glue on top of the Mod Podge, it doesn't stick, but the Quick and Thick does. So another tip there. And I find it at Walmart. If you're looking for it, that's usually where I get it. You can get it on Amazon too, but it's a little cheaper at Walmart. So then I went ahead with my little finger sander and sanded off the excess of the napkin. And then I was like, I was going to put this braided jute cord that I get from Amazon around the outside of the sign, but I thought, you know what? It has the wording or the maker on the edge of that napkin, and I wanted to cover it up. So I thought, well, I wonder how it'd look on top. And I loved it. I'm like, this really does help it look more country, more Western, whatever. And so I just went around and glued this all the way around, and you can still see enough of the blue that it still adds to the whole sign. So once I was done with that, I am just going to make a normal shoelace bow with some of that twine. It's kind of thick, so it's a little hard to make a bow. But once I got that done, I'm just going to hot glue that to the top of my sign. And then I was like, okay, this needs to stand. So I took 5 tumbling tower blocks, I believe, and I'm going to glue them together end by end, just like you see. And then I'm going to paint it with my Maize color by Waverly. And then after that, I'm just going to use my hot glue and glue it to the back. And we have this adorable looking shelf sitter. I had to make sure I said that right. And there it is. I love it. I don't know why, but for some reason that bandana look was just really speaking to me this week, and I had so much fun with it. I hope you enjoyed this one too. The final reveal is coming right up, so make sure you Let me know in the comment box below which one was your favorite today, and if you think you'll recreate any. I think that was probably my favorite, the door hanger. I just love that. But I will be back again on Thursday with another video, so stay tuned. And with all of that, I really hope you guys have a wonderful week. And with all that being said, I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.